Hello and welcome back to another one of Paul's beer reviews. This time around I am going to be reviewing a Czech, well I say it's Czech, a Czech Pilsner lager from Sainsbury's. It's simply called Czech. It's their Pilsner lager brewed in the Czech Republic, it says, by Sainsbury's. There is the label. They've gone for a bit of a Pilsner Urquell colour and font with that one, which is understandable. This one is coming in at 5.1% ABV, it says so there, and I paid £1.49 for this bottle, 500ml bottle, £1.49 from Sainsbury's. Czech Pilsner lager, it says full-bodied, balanced Czech lager with a wonderful bitter hop aroma. So not a bitter hop flavour, but a bitter hop aroma. As per usual, when a beer is brewed for the supermarket, it tells you bugger all, which isn't really helpful, other than the fact that it contains barley for allergy sufferers. But yeah, a 5.1% ABV Pilsner lager by Sainsbury's, and it says quite clearly that it's brewed in the Czech Republic. So you would hope that it's actually brewed in the Czech Republic. They'll put a bit of pride in it. It says it's been bottled in France. Bottled in France for Sainsbury's supermarkets, UK, with lager brewed in the Czech Republic. So it was brewed in the Czech Republic, bottled in France, and then sold in the UK. That seems like a really long-winded way of doing things. Plain gold bottle cap. Let's get this out of this bottle, into a glass, and I'm going to use my very special Budvar glass. That is a work of art. That is a weapon. These were kindly gifted to us by Budvar at Brew London recently. You might have seen my lager masterclass video that I uploaded a couple of weeks ago, where we had Redeem from Budvar came in, presented us with a load of Budvar and these beautiful glasses. So seeing as it's a Czech lager, I'm going to use it, and I'm going to use the double pour technique that Redeem taught us about. So we're going to try it. So the idea is you do a double pour, glass at your 45-degree angle, about half of it in there, let it sit. The idea is, you say, you're supposed to let it sit for about 30 seconds, and then you top it up so that you give it a good head. It's not really, doesn't want to hang on to that head. That's already trying to separate very quickly. It's really carbonated. That looks really, really fizzy. Really fizzy. A bit of that carbonation sticking to the side of the glass, which is odd because this glass is spotless. Yeah, we've had about 30 seconds. Let's top it up. I'm going to give it a bit of a vigorous pour to finish off with. This is not really developing much of a head at all. But there you go. Can't win them all. So there, we leave that there so we can see it. Green bottle. I'm not going to moan too much about it because Budvar do that as well. So here is this Czech Pilsner. It looks like a Czech Pilsner. Slightly darker than your average lager. Hopefully there'll be a bit more of a malty character to it. It's got really good levels of carbonation. If I hold that up, you might see some of the bubbles rising up the glass there. It looks the part. I couldn't get ahead for love nor money on this beer, unfortunately. Let's stick my snout in, see what the aroma's telling us. A bit of sweet malt aroma coming through. A bit of bready malt, not a lot else. Not a lot else. It's got a very slight Czech malt kind of aroma going on with it. Maybe a bit, it doesn't say, it never specify what hops have gone into it. I would hope maybe a bit of Sars hops has gone into it, since it's a Czech brewed beer. But there's a sweet bready malt aroma that's really all I'm getting off of this. Let's get stuck in. Cheers. And it's that sweet malty flavour that really comes through on the flavour. Light in the body. Light in the body, well carbonated. Carbonation isn't too crazy. Now I'm getting a bit of bitterness after that second mouthful. A bit of bitterness from the hops coming through. But I'll tell you what, that bitterness now, as it develops, it's just starting to taste a little bit artificial. Starting to taste a little bit cheap. The date on this is November of this year. What are we, August now? So it's not the best. It's not the best. I'm starting to get a bit of a sort of a shredded wheat smell coming off of this now. A cereal aroma. I'm not really getting much in the way of sort of a citrus or any kind of lemony welcome to it. There's no real freshness to it, no grassiness to it. It's all malt. All malt, bready, slightly sweet, with a little bit of a hoppy bitterness at the back end. But then when it lingers, you're left with something that is not overly great, not something I want to be tasting on the back end of a Czech Pilsner, really. Excuse me. There's a bit of dryness on the back end, reminiscent of any good Pilsner. So they've got that bit right. There's a bit of dryness to it. Bready, sweet malt. A bit of hoppy bitterness to go with that dryness at the back end. But then I say there's just a slightly chemically artificial bitterness that lingers. Once you've had that initial kind of hop or hop extract, I'm guessing, flavour at the back end, you're then left with a slightly chemically, slightly artificial, and to be honest, slightly unpleasant finish. And I just feel that cereal, that kind of, it's like shredded wheat with sugar sprinkled on top aroma seems to be getting stronger as I work my way through it. Yeah, I'm not impressed with this one. I'm not impressed. It's definitely getting stronger, that aroma, as I work my way down it. It's refreshing enough. And this, like I say, that sweet malt taste is actually quite pleasant. And the hoppiness initially and the dryness is quite good. It's reminiscent. It tastes like a cheap Pilsner Urquell. But then when that bitterness, it lingers and it becomes slightly more chemically and slightly more artificial. Phone's doing funny things. And just a bit off-putting. And I kind of just want to nick the rest of this and get it finished. Yeah, that's not great. That's not great. I guess I wasn't really expecting much, but it would have been nice to be surprised, I guess. Sainsbury's, their Czech Pilsner Lager, brewed in Czech Republic, 5.1% ABV, £1.49 a bottle. It's not great. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. It's not terrible. It's just that finish is a bit suspicious for me. It's a bit cheap tasting. You'd be much better off just spending the money on Pilsner Urquell or Budvar. So there you go. 4 out of 10 for me. Hope you enjoyed the review, guys. Give it a thumbs up if you have. Until my next one, you take care.